Hi, it's Michelle and Marty, and we're here today to do a tag. My friend Kristen tagged me in the perfect book tag, which was created by MJ at Reading This Life. And I wanted to go ahead and do it because I thought this was a fun one. And it's short. I know I talk too much. So this way, if you don't feel like spending half an hour listening to me talk, maybe this will work better. I'm going to turn it over here so you can really see Marty good. And I'm leaning forward so that I can have the camera tilted down towards him, right? Because you're so handsome. Number one, what format is your perfect book? Hardback, paperback, or e-format? Well, I am not an e-format person. I just have found that it really bothers my eyes. And I know. People say that you can get the kind of screen where it doesn't look like a lit up screen. It looks like paper. To my brain, it still looks like a lit up screen though, unfortunately. I wish it wasn't that way, but that's just how my brain is. I really love paper books. I do like listening to books as well, but the paper books are really where it's at for me. As far as hardback or paperback, I would say my preference is paperback, but I really don't mind hardback books either. Number two, how many pages is in your favorite book? My favorite book would probably be about 300 pages long. I don't mind 250 and I don't mind 350, but when it's shorter than 250 or longer than 350, it feels a little too short or too long. That's just my preference. I mean, I'll still read books that are shorter or longer, but I prefer around 300 pages. Are you particular where the chapters begin? Where they begin. What does that mean? Does that mean how many pages long they are? Or at what point in the storyline they are? I'm not sure what that means. But I like chapters that are about 20 or 30 pages long. When they're real short or they're really long, that's kind of a little bit irritating too. Because I'm one of those, I'm going to finish the chapter and then put the book down. So if it's a really long chapter, that's not going to happen. And that does get a little bit frustrating for me. Now, unless you take that question to mean, do I want chapters to end on a cliffhanger? Then I would say I actually do like that. I like that when I go, and then the chapter ends, and then oh, dang it. Well, I guess I have to read another chapter. I really like that. It helps me get through books a lot faster. Are you particular to where the page numbers are? No. As long as there are page numbers. I once read a book that didn't have page numbers, and it aggravated me to no end. I use a paperclip as my bookmark, and so every 20 pages I move the bookmark forward, and I try to read 80 or 100 pages a day. I try to. Lately, I just feel like I'm not able to do as much reading as I used to do. But the 20-page thing is usually one sitting for me at a time, and I don't understand why somebody wouldn't put page numbers. To the point where I have literally, in that book that I'm talking about, I wrote the page numbers myself because I want to, that's how much I need them. I want to keep track. Number 5, favorite font. Do you check to see the font details? I do not have a favorite font. I've never even thought about that, to be honest. I don't like print that's really small, and I don't like large print. So I'm picky about the size, but not the actual font. What about you? Do you like a certain font? Do you like Martin or New Martin Roman or something? You're so cute. Okay. Number 6, do margins matter to you? No, I don't think so. As far as what size they are? No, I don't. I've never thought about it. I mean, I will write in the margins sometimes in books, but I don't particularly care what size the margins are. Does your perfect book have other features that make it perfect? Yes. There's all kinds of things that I like in a book. Diary of Anne Frank. There's images of her actual diary. There is, I love a good foreword explaining a little bit about where the author was coming from or what the book is about, or an introduction, something like that. I love those. I love this book in particular. I did dog ear a page, but it's a floor plan. Oh, if every book had that, I would love that, because I literally draw my own floor plans with books. If I'm picturing a house or an apartment building and I'm trying to figure out who lives where in the apartment, I will actually draw it all out myself. Or if it's a book that has a certain street or neighborhood, I'll put a street and different houses and who lives in which one. I mean, I go all out with this kind of stuff. I like to picture it. I love it when now this is usually just in a memoir or a nonfiction book, but when there's pictures inside of a book, I love maps. I don't think there could be too much imagery in a book for me. The Death of Jane Lawrence. The author did this thing where under the chapter number, there's this pretty artwork, this little scrolly thing. And then at the bottom with each page number, there was also some artwork. And I love little details like that. I think it's so beautiful. And I don't know why more books don't do that. I also like this book in particular would change font depending on whose perspective it came from. And I really like that too. At the beginning of the chapter, outside of Lindridge Hall is in all caps. And then it's regular font. I like that. I really like that. When it's a certain time of day or a certain place, it's in all caps. At the end of this chapter, in the morning is in all caps. I love that. I get too passionate about strange things, I know. In Cozy Mysteries, they will have recipes in the back that are mentioned in the book. I love that too. Also in this particular Cozy Mystery, I love it when they have quotes in the beginning of the chapters too. That will never hurt my feelings. Another thing I really love is a cast of characters, because I have to write that out myself if there's not one provided for me. And I love it when it's already done. Show us the cover. What did you find perfect about it? Well, there's two covers that I really tend to gravitate towards. There's the Cozy Mystery book cover. I love how just beautiful and colorful these are, and how I feel like every time I look at them, I notice something new. I think that's just so beautiful. And then the other kind that I like is any book that has a house on the cover, especially with some windows or something, or if there's, not on this one, but if there's someone in the window. I love that. I love architecture in a cover. I don't know why. I'm just telling you, that's what I like. Also, this one is pretty cool. When you open the book, they've got this map here. Yes, please. More maps. I wanted to show you, I have this, the Cozy Mystery Cookbook. And this one is a bunch of the more notable Cozy Mystery authors and their recipes all bunched into one book. And it's so fun, this one. It's got an excerpt from the book that the recipes come from, which I think is really cool. What a fun way to not just discover new recipes, but to discover new books. And if you're someone like me who likes to read cookbooks, I mean, can it get any more enjoyable to read than this? Be sure to let me know if you have preferences about any of these things with books. I tag my friend AJ from AJ Dunn Reads and Writes, and my friend Dia from Novel Idea. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night. Happy reading. Bye.